are you going to be able to overcome the resources that they have, or how can you overcome the resources that they have? Can you put in booby traps? Can you put in obstacles to prevent them to being able to get to your location? All of these things are part of that security plan, but it's also part of this plan. Okay. Right now, we're identifying all the different stuff. When we actually get into a security plan, the security plan is actually focused specifically on the security of the perimeter in which you are. Now, whether that's the four walls of your home or the perimeter of your property, you're going to try to layer it so that you have security all the way back to your actual four walls. Okay. So basically, yeah. So we're going to talk about, what are they going to do, and will they be able to overwhelm you and then take your resources? Are you going to have to bug out? And if you do, where you're going to go? A lot of this is kind of discussed in my book, Return to Life, because that's some of the things that the group that's the good guys, if you will, the Golden Eagles, they have to overcome some of these things. Now they secure resources, obviously, that help them to do that and to be able to protect other people, but and that may not be possible in this case. Okay, but you would have to think about all these different things. What is the quote unquote enemy going to do? In the case of a snowstorm for 2 months, if it lasts 2 months, people towards the end of that 2 months are going to change, and people who start to run out of stuff are going to start looking for stuff. Okay. So basically, you're going to identify what the mission, what is it that you're doing? What is it that you're wanting to accomplish? And basically, for most of us, that is to take care of our loved ones, those that we care about, our little group. Okay. And again, detail is going to help you with this, because then once you start thinking of ideas of how that this taking care of people, what the mission is going to be, what you're going to be doing, has things, other contingencies may come out of this. Okay. And then you'll have to start to make contingency plans. So everything may stay the same down to a certain point, but then something may change in the paradigm. And when it does, you may have to take a different route. You may have to execute a different plan. Your mission may be, something has happened and now we've got to get some kind of more advanced medical assistance in order to take care of something that's going on within the group. Okay. Serious injury or something. The other mission that you're going to want to talk about is, if somebody is part of your group, but they're not actually in your group. For example, like, you have grown kids and they live in different states, and they're going to get back to you when this event happens. How are they going to get there? Again, figure out the different routes and the ways. Locate areas in which they can rest, because unless they're within a day's walk, somebody's going to have to be camping somewhere. Okay, so you're going to have to find a location in which they can rest up and then continue on. And if you have little kids, they can't, they're not going to be able to keep up as well as an adult, and even some adults. So these are all things that you're going to have to think about. How do you link up? Where do you link up? So these rally points, how will everybody get to these rally points? So for example, one rally point may be your house, your home. But there may be additional rally points from their point to your point. How will people get there? So where if you have you have say 3 kids, and two of them live in one location or fairly near to each other, and another one lives in another location, how will the ones that are close together link up? Where will they link up? And then how will they proceed to get to you? Okay, so all these are different facts that you want to think about. One of the other things that you need to think about, and this falls more so in a stuff has hit the fan scenario or the end of the world as we know it. And that means that the civilized veneer, has been peeled back and it probably will not come back. Okay. For example, we have a year or more grid down. I mean, we take a corneal mass injection and, the grid has been totally fried across the planet. Whatever, something has happened, and the civilized veneer will not probably come back in the foreseeable future. So what are you going to do with the people who try to attack you and that you capture? Okay, and this is something that's going to be, it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to think about. So it's something that you need to consider right now, because you've got to get your, mentally prepared for that, because that's not just something that you're going to wake up one day and say, I'm just going to shoot everybody that comes and tries to attack me, because you don't want to do that, or you may not want to do that. That's going to be your decision, and it's going to be a tough one. I'm just going to tell you. Taking another person's life is never going to be easy. So you really need to think about how you're going to deal with that situation. Okay. And if you are going to hold them, where are you going to hold them? How long are you going to hold them? Will you execute them? Is there a crime that they could do that would be so heinous that you would execute them? If they're trying to steal food to protect their family, is that enough reason to take that person's life? I don't know. It's something that each individual is going to have to deal with, and they're all going to have to think about it. I cannot give you the answer to that question, but it's something that you really seriously need to think about. So, so it's something that needs to go in this plan, and everybody that's part of that group needs to be on board with that. You can't have one person saying no, or even two people saying no, we're not going to do that, because then you're going to start getting problems within within your group that can start to divide the people up into things. Because in this group, everybody needs to work together. Everybody has to be basically one belief. I won't say mine because that's not necessarily true, but everybody has to identify with what basically the rules are. In Return to Life, there were basically, I think, three. Everybody had to work at some job that they chose or that was needed. Everybody was part of the defense, whether or not they were an actual trigger puller or not. They could, resupply the folks that were trigger pullers that actually were shooting in case of attack. And there was basically no stealing. Everybody would, everybody was taken care of. Everybody shared the same things, so there was no need to steal from somebody else. Okay. I think there maybe were a couple more, but basically those are the base beliefs. But whatever those beliefs are, you need to identify them. You almost need to have a charter. This is what we're going to do. This is what we believe, and this is how we're going to execute this. Okay, that's all part of this plan. I know it sounds fear-mongering or whatever, but I'm telling you, if something happens that is serious enough that this kind of stuff needs to be engaged, you need to be ready for this. Okay. Uh,